Welcome everyone to episode 25 of the Video Game Book Club. I'm Tubby Mora, and today I am joined by Bajerwin, Nakuso, Shai Shen, Soul Charizard, and Mr. McMahon. Say hello, everyone.
Hey. Hello.
What up? So this time around, we are going to be focusing on Outer Wilds. This game was nominated by Nakuso, and it won by default since no one actually nominated a game for last month. So this one is for May 2022, Open World Month. So Outer Wilds was developed by Mobius Digital, published by Annapurna Interactive, and was originally released on May 28th, 2019 for the Xbox One and Microsoft Windows. Pop quiz! And whoever answers this first, you get that point. So, pop quiz. What other game in Video Game Book Club did we play that was also published by Annapurna Interactive? Go.
Artful Escape.
I did a beat. I thought we had a beat. What? It's Artful Escape.
Hey.
So, yeah, Nuxo got it.
Thank you.
In the words of Virgil.
Anyways, on
Family Feud.
Dang.
Family Feud. So,
I'm so sad.
on Annapurna's official website, good job, Nuxo, and Bajerwin, you know what? You get like 0.001 points.
You even saw the question.
I mean, I also knew because he mentioned it when we started the game at the beginning of the month.
It's
We talked about it.
It's fine,
I
it's fine.
remember.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, I did kind of sample that question. But anyways, moving on Annapurna's official website, it reads, quote, Outer Wilds is a critically acclaimed and award-winning open-world mystery about a solar system trapped in an endless time loop. You're the newest recruit of Outer Wilds Ventures, a fledgling space program searching for answers in a strange, constantly evolving solar system. What lurks in the heart of the ominous dark bramble? Who built the alien ruins on the moon? Can the endless time loop be stopped? Answers await you in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But that's how the website describes the game. How would everyone here describe the game? Question 1. Describe the game in one sentence.
That's me, right? Hold up. Sorry. I don't have... Okay, it is me. I'm sorry. Sorry. I didn't have the thing. I was
all
looking at
good.
the questions.
We'll keep that in there.
Okay. Just all my failures in one video? It's fine. Anyway. What was
What was the question?
No, that's not what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Did you describe it?
Yeah, okay, so Outer Wilds is like if you took space, mystery, and travel and gave it the Majora's Mask time mechanic.
All right.
And it tries to make you think this is all relaxation and nice adventure into the unknown and finding out mysteries. But it's not. Next.
Explore Timur Herv's solar system as you uncover the lost Nomai while trying to piece together the time loop you find yourself stuck in. Next.
Oh, I would say, so if Interstellar and Groundhog Day had a baby, it would spit out this game of discovering the secrets of the universe.
Oh, crap.
Next.
Jeez. Wake up. Explore.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
That's copyrighted.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. One.
Thanks for ruining it.
Oh no.
I was just waiting for a few seconds. Okay.
I thought that was like your intention.
You started
It
singing.
was. But I need to give about a few seconds of pause.
Okay, sorry. Let's rewind. Hey, see,
He was doing a reference, you know. Space.
All right. Wake up. Explore. Die. Repeat. Wake up. Explore. Die. Repeat. That's about it.
That was
Next.
very.
That sounds like the poster
very-
for...
Wait
Edge
a
of
second.
Tomorrow.
Hold up.
Live,
I think
die.
you used this before.
Today.
You
Oh.
did use this before in another. Describe the game in one sentence. I forgot what game it was though. It was Moonlight.
Doom? Oh, Moonlighter.
It was Moonlighter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Moonlighter. Don't fact check me on that. I could be wrong.
Oh, so they're secretly the same. Is what you're telling me.
Yeah, they're basically the same game.
You
Oh,
wouldn't
boy.
even know. Based off what Soul has said, we wouldn't know which game he's talking about.
Oh yeah, no idea. Describe the game in one sentence. Outer Wilds strongly encourages true open world space exploration, but it doesn't always give you all the tools needed to do it. Next. Question 2. What platform did you play the game on? And briefly describe your playstyle or your approach when playing the game.
So, I played through the Xbox Game Pass on my PC with a controller. I started at the beginning of the month and I did like a good third of the game. I disappeared, I came back and finished it all in one sitting.
Nice, you too.
Like a day ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just sort of had that weird gap where I kind of forgot to go back to it. But it was always on my mind. And my initial approach to the game was just, let's just go somewhere. Like, I didn't have a plan. I would just go pick a thing that looked pretty and then explore. And then sometimes I would go back there if I thought, like, oh, I was really onto something here and I accidentally died or something again.
Mhm.
But if like I got tired of it, I'm like, okay, new place. We're not dealing with this today. And then towards the end, I actually got stuck on like 2 puzzles, so I had to look up. Look up. Sorry, I had to look up just where to go, but like which place, not
okay.
you know, just like
Yeah,
those
I got you.
non-spoiler version tips because they exist. And then I got not the ending I thought I was gonna get.
Hey.
So that was my attempt, was just go for it, and then, oh gosh, I actually don't know what I'm doing anymore, so I need a little bit of guidance. Next.
I played the game on Xbox Game Pass, and I started early on in the month, and I just played on and off pretty much. I used a PS4 controller to play the game, and I'm really surprised that it actually shows the controls for the PS4. So it recognizes the PlayStation, which is cool. And throughout exploring and everything, I pretty much just took my time looking at the logs that you get when you're on a ship, and as you explore the planets, and it fills out your logs on the ship and everything. I took a majority of the time just like experimenting, going to different planets at the start. And then eventually I stopped doing that and kind of stuck to one planet until I was like completely stuck. Or if I need another piece, then I would either let the game reset or just go to another planet while within the first loop. So pretty much I beat the game in the last week of playing it on and off. And yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really fun, really chill.
I think a lot of
Except
us
for
beat
one
the game.
one part.
Don't lie about it. No, so.
A lot of us beat the game
Don't lie
this
to them
past
like
week.
Yeah.
I actually started early though. I
Yeah,
tried.
same here.
I started early. I just played on and off.
Yeah, I still did the last minute finish though. I keep doing that. Trying not to.
It's okay. Finished. Good.
Next.
All right. So I played it kind of cool, actually. I played it on the Xbox Game Pass. But I did play half of it on my phone and half of it
Dang.
on the PC.
On your phone?
Wait,
This is a phone game?
What?
Okay, rewind.
Home game.
So, Xbox has a really cool feature called cloud gaming.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay, I
so
see.
during lunchtime or like when I just have downtime, I would just turn it on my phone and then connect my Xbox controller to it. And then, it streams the Xbox game to your phone and you can just play it.
Oh, so it's still
Like
using
that.
your PC hardware.
See, I don't know about that because it streams it from like the Xbox website. So I don't have to even install it because I started it on my phone.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you go cloud gaming, you just click on any game and it plays it like that.
That's insane.
Yeah, so I played a little bit on my phone and then played half of it on my PC. I started on Sunday, and I finished it by like Wednesday or Tuesday. I was just on it the whole day. It's like looking around space, just floating in space. Yeah. So my build, I had M4.
I don't think they allowed that in the game.
Equip plasma lasers. So, yeah, that's how I played it. Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works.
But
But
guns in this game? That's crazy.
Yeah, the plasma launcher when you get from the sun.
Oh,
yeah.
That's my favorite.
Got that one. But yeah, that's how I played it. Yeah. So next.
You see, this is why many people in the comments are taking it a bit too seriously.
Oh my god. You mean like the freaking
Just
people actually left comments on the shapes and beats. Some people did not like what we said.
What? Oh, I want to read these comments now. Hold on.
Let's look at that. We'll look at that matter later. Let's just focus on what we're trying to do.
Go ahead.
All right, so it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I played this on the PC via Steam. I'm planning on trying to finishing it. I'm not sure when. And get the DLC in the future. But I think I played it like. I feel like I was doing like a bit focused on one exploration to another until I realized that you need to go to different planets, and I'm like, oh dear. And then I was getting a little bit too confused of where to go, so I asked a friend of mine for help since she played this more than I did and finished it 3 times. I think she got like different ending. So yeah,
got a lifeline outside help.
Yep. And she gave me some hints, and I was trying to make sure I don't like spoil myself about it. So yeah, it was a interesting experience, and it was. And I played this on the controller as well because I'm used to that. And next,
so I actually played this game on 2 different platforms. I started off on PC using Xbox Game Pass with a Xbox Series X controller, and then I got tired of just sitting at my computer. I got tired of just always being on a computer, so I swapped over to the PS4 port and played it on the PS5. But then it was great and all, but then the game looked too ugly compared to the PC version, so I swapped back. I was I actually thought it would be like an upgraded HD version, but no, it could have been better. It was kind of. It just didn't look the best. It was very muggy, like looking at fog.
Oh, lame.
Yeah.
For space.
Yeah, it's just it wasn't very clear. It was like the difference between like 1080p and 480.
Oh,
okay,
terrible.
Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it was a big difference between the quality, so I just stuck with PC. So starting off in the game, like many of you guys, I went 100% blind. Picked a planet that looked cool, similar to Bajoran, and I would just drive my spaceship into it most of the time. And that's because what's really cool about the planets is they all have like their own gravity too. And sometimes, you land perfectly, and sometimes you land in the sun. And that happened a couple of times. I did my best to follow the hints that the game would drop, but most of the time, a lot of my enjoyment just came from landing on the planet and just looking around, just kind of basking in like the ambience of the environment, because the planets themselves are very well designed, and I just love how each of them present like a different set of challenges. So I spent a lot of hours running around and exploring. Unfortunately, taking that kind of play style wasn't smart, because as the recording date drew closer, I had no idea if I was actually making any progress in the game. Most of the time, I was just messing around. So I'll be the first to admit I actually looked up how to achieve a ending in the game, and I just beat the game and I let the credits roll. Took a picture, provided proof of life, and then that was it.
Very honorable.
Yeah. But I mean, I did like follow the storyline about the emergency beacons and all that stuff. But when it came down to it, I was running out of time, and I had to finish it. So I just got an ending and called it good. It was great. It was fun.
But hey,
it's a game you really want to start like near the beginning.
Early.
Yeah.
Just because of how it's laid out.
Yep. Yes, that is 100% true. Definitely start early. And I did start early. I just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Mind viewers,
I don't know how to describe it. I played it. I just didn't do anything. There.
You're like, ooh, sun.
I'm just
oh
like,
shoot, it's
I'm just
Thursday.
like, wow, look at that. There's a whirlpool there. I'm just gonna keep shooting my launcher to that whirlpool and just take pictures.
That's actually pretty fun.
It was a lot of time. I will be honest. I was just messing around. I was loosely following the story, but it was just the exploration was the best for me. It was the best part. But I'll get more into that in the I'll get more into that in the next question. So, question 3: what is one thing you liked about the game?
Gosh, what didn't I like about this game? Okay, just one? Just
Yes.
one?
Only get one.
Frick! Okay, hold on. It has to be. Hold on, wait. There's. Okay, you know what? I was gonna cop out and talk about the time mechanic, but actually, I really liked how you can. So, like, each of the astronauts, I guess, all their explorer space people that they have that been out there before you, kind of thing. That you can use I forgot what it's called. The thing you use to listen for stuff. Like the radio.
Translator? Oh,
No,
or
the
It was that signal
the
scope.
radar detection?
yeah, the radar, the thing.
No,
where
it's
you,
it's a
Signal scope.
yeah,
There
the
you
signal
go.
scope. You could use a signal scope to find those sounds, and then like you'll figure out over time, like each different musical one was one of the astronauts just chilling.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
And I just like how they were all different, like a harmonica or like a banjo thing, majig, a whistling guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I liked it. And then if you were on that channel, no matter where you are, you can still find them pretty much. So sometimes I'm just like, huh, how far away is this guy? Holy crap, that's so far away.
The game is actually just you trying to form a rock band. You just scouring the solar system.
That was honestly my original goal. Because like I was like, I don't know where to start with my exploration, so I'm just gonna find each of these astronauts because I think they're all playing an instrument or like something like that. And I found all but one. So I was like really excited. I'm like, this is my goal now. I don't care about anything else. This is my goal. So that was one thing I really liked about the game.
Speaking of the music, Badrowan, if you go into a right alignment, you can actually get all of them at once.
Yeah, I know, but I can't. I didn't want to look for it. That was going to be a lot of time because I would have wanted to find it by myself without any cheating. Because I got really close. I got 2 or 3 of them to line up.
Wasn't really that. It's kind of easy in my opinion.
Whoa, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah. Line it up. Get into a
easy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what got us in trouble with the shapes and beats. But people couldn't tell we were joking.
Oh,
That's too easy. Line it up, dude.
Jeez.
Line it up.
I'll try to be more obvious with my sarcasm next time, I guess.
Oh, whoops! I didn't realize that was.
Ha ha ha. Anyway. Yeah, the music part. I don't know why. It made me happy. It made me really happy. Anyway, next.
So for me, one thing that I liked about the game was how everything interacted with the time mechanic. So like when you go to a planet, depending on what planet it is and what time is currently in a 22-minute loop, the planet changes or evolves or gets destroyed throughout. I was like super surprised because the first planet I visited was the Brittle Hollow. And I was like, man, that's cool. There's like a lot of lava coming down from the sky. Oh, you too? Yeah. I was like, oh man, can I kill you?
Yeah.
And then,
am I gonna die?
I see like a black hole, like in the middle. It's like I jump into it, and then I get teleported somewhere else. I don't know where I got teleported. I forgot. I think
It was called.
It
was
you to the edge of the map.
It takes you to this. It takes you to the station to get you
The
back to
white
Brittle
hole.
Hollow. Yeah, White Hole.
Yeah,
State.
yeah. So that happened, but at the same time, it was near the end of the loop, so the planet was breaking apart.
Oh.
I was like, it's like I was like looking around. I was like, where? I was looking for the planet, Brittle Hollow. It's like I couldn't find it, and then it's like I see like a destroyed looking like core. I was like, is that the planet? And that was like what really like started like, okay, this game is definitely something special. And then I look behind me, I was like, Was the sun always that color?
Oh, you thought about that too?
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember that sun being like that. Then I was like, all right. And then it's like I went back to my ship. And then I think near the end of that, I went to Giant's Deep. It's like a lot of tornadoes.
Oh,
I was like, it didn't help that I parked my ship. And then this is still the beginning of the game, so when I jumped into the water, it was like I was having so much trouble like getting out because it was like freaking and then a tornado took me up.
classic.
Oh my gosh.
And then I fell back into the water. Then a few minutes, I just heard a loud explosion. I was like, how come everything's getting dark? And then I just see like this flash. That was like that kind of scared me. I was like, what the heck? And then yeah, that's what jump starts the whole like loop. And you get that instead of you are died, you get the like your memories basically and everything you experienced up to that point, which was also cool. So that's just like a little bit because there was like so much about each planet, like the Ash twins, how it literally legit has sand leaving the planet in that loop. Like I've never seen like these types of things like in the game before, so it was really impressive to see all this in
The
different
ways you
transitions.
can die. Yeah, crazy.
Die? I didn't die. Never.
One time run, one loop run. Yep.
One loop.
You knew exactly what to do the moment you opened your eyes.
But yeah, pretty much just an exploration in terms of how the time loop and the planets are. Next.
Okay. Whew, luckily you didn't take the one I was gonna say. My favorite thing, which I have never, I've never played this type of game to an extent, was the extreme lack of handholding.
Ooh. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, so I mean, like, because everybody's playing a game is super accustomed to objective, go here, go there, do this. This was straight up. There was like barely any handholding. The only handholding they'll give you is that tracking and how to move. And then even when you're doing you're doing the tutorial, quote unquote, they're not even telling you where to go, and it just shows you. It still gives you the sense of exploration by talking to these people and figuring out what the heck to do, and how your tools and everything. Yeah, it doesn't even give you objectives to get to your ship to start the game. That's what I liked. Like to the point where the lack of handholding, they put that much to the point where you're more reliant on your knowledge, so it invests you into more of the game instead of just giving you a log that you picked up, halfway through a world. Like they give you so much investigation and then so many like opportunities of figuring out this whole world. Like this, because I'll be honest, I did look up tutorials and stuff because I was lost. I'll admit it, I'm honorable.
Hey, I already said my piece.
But when I went to that, I did fall into a rabbit hole of the game explanations. There's so much exploration, and they don't tell you anything, but it just starts to become an awe of how much they even implemented like quantum mechanic or quantum physics, and like they added so much scientific stuff. It was just like they explain like a lot of stuff I've read. They explain how like science has to work with the game for all of this lore and everything you read, and like how it all has to come together, and how it actually makes sense to the real world. Like there's a little bit of stuff, but a lot of this stuff is like nonfiction. Yeah, that's what I was like. Look at.
But for some reason, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's just just interstellar stuff where it's it looks fantasy, but all this stuff is real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they just tell you. They don't even tell you that. I appreciate them. I appreciate how they structure the game to the where I don't have just to read a log just to figure out the rest of the lore while I'm shooting demons from hell. Like I don't have to figure that out.
Whoa, call out.
Yeah. This game forces me, for me to progress, I have to learn the backstory and what are these guys called? The Martians, the Luians, or whatever.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can see
no,
that.
my.
The Mayans.
No, I said no, my.
Oh,
Oh,
the
Nomai.
Nomais. Yeah, you have to figure out what the heck the Nomai did and how it actually did. And it's actually like, okay, not all of it's scientifically accurate, but it still pertains to like quantum physics and all that
Yeah.
jazz.
There was a lot of attention to that, like how,
Yeah.
especially how the world interacts.
They made it sound legit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it. That's a real planet.
Some of a lot of the stuff was kind of legit. You know,
They straight
Also-
up gave those.
when will our
Nomai
sun explode?
personalities?
You know?
I actually kind of like the gravitational game mechanics of it. It's just interesting. It's just mostly like when you, it's like as you said, Tubby Moro, is like how you land and stuff, and it's their own planetary gravitations.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny, and I kind of like it, and I think the most of it I can find more like fun with it is like probably in the Ash Twins or Brittle Hollow. Because I can use using the black hole. I can also use it using the black hole and Brittle Hollow. I can just like use it as a slingshot to get myself from A to B as like in the trickiest way.
Oh yeah.
And there's also those walls that you go to, like in same with if you go to any stations, they have these gravitational walls you can walk on, which makes like your whole level of playing like so like trippy and stuff. And it's just like if you jump, you either float, or you fall into a different like fall off like to its own gravitational pull.
Yeah. That was surprising, right? The different
yeah.
gravity levels of each planet.
Yeah, that is amazing. I don't think that's like a rare mechanic I've ever seen in any game I've heard of. Anyways, next.
But when I was playing, I'm gonna add on. When I was playing, it's like at first I thought like the controls were bad, but until I realized like playing more that each planet had its own gravitational difference, it's like just adjusting to that made everything feel much more fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
That was like this really impressive, like how you said, when you're just going to different planets or when you try to rotate when you enter that field. So it's really cool how they implemented that in the game.
Oh yeah, it was that is a really good gameplay that they've done. I applaud them for that. All right, next.
So, I'm probably just gonna go with what you guys said on this one because it really is the strongest suit of the game, and it really is. It comes down to the whole exploration and just the variety of planets that they were offering, in this game because they felt very distinct from one another. Like you go from one planet, you understand the rules, you understand how it works. The moment you jump onto another planet, throw all those rules out the window because strap on, you're about to go for a ride. It's about to get crazy here. So, like Giants Deep. Freaking, I was like, this is insane. Raging whirlpools, that's some scary stuff. Land in there, I was not expecting the whirlpool to actually launch the island into the sky.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yeah, same.
Like
I had my ship on the island too.
Yeah, it's just like moments like that is when the game truly shines at its best, I believe. Or like the twins, Ember twins sucking the Ash twin, with or without consent. I couldn't tell. But the thing is, like, just that mechanic itself, there's just so much to explore with that mechanic. Like, again, like I was saying earlier, I was just messing around most of the time. Like, I would just send the frick's that thing called? The camera? I would just
the probe.
Yeah, the probe. I would shoot it into the sand warp repeatedly just because it was just so entertaining. or just launch my ship into that. It's just it was so much fun just exploring each of these worlds, understanding how they work, and just taking your time and appreciating it for what it was. And the fact that everything was connected, no loading screens, just hop on your ship and just go. It was great. It was just awesome. I would say the best part about this game, in my opinion, is just the environments and how everything is laid out, the world. And they did an amazing job with setting that up. So applaud them for that for sure. So yeah, next. So
go on. Sorry. I want to say this, Tubby. We should start a new channel, National Geographic of video games.
What?
I'm good. I think I'll stick with the video game book club.
Sorry, I didn't mean to end there.
National Geographic.
Graphic. So we're talking about the land and video games.
Hell yeah! So the world of Asperia.
It's actually a pretty good idea. I don't think I've seen anyone
The
do that
world
before.
of Avat.
Of Teyvat belongs to 7 Archon. Oh my god. Okay. Question 4. What is one thing you did not like, and how would you improve it?
One thing I didn't like. That's kind of hard, but if anyone didn't know, you could eject your hub on your ship. Fun fact. You could actually the first time I found out you can it's from so much damage to my ship, so it just blew off on accident. I didn't realize what button I pressed, and it said eject, and I'm like, wait, what did that say? And then it just flew up into space. I'm like, well, that's great. Now I'm stuck here. I guess I'll just go die now.
I didn't think I could eject the ship.
Yeah. So then an hour or so later, I was just waiting while I was autopiloting to a place. I was looking around like, you know what? We're recording tomorrow. I should really look for some really cool things to talk about. Oh my gosh, what is this? There's a little panel on the right side as you're flying, because you can look around, right? And you can open it, and it asks if you would like to eject.
Oh, that's great.
And so what I would improve is making this actually useful in the gameplay at some point. I wouldn't know though if it was actually useful, since I only have one of the endings. But if it isn't, that's what I would improve upon. Is making that somehow relevant to the gameplay. Is ejecting the cockpit.
Oh man.
Fun fact. So if you're bored and want to find out, yeah, it's great.
Launch it into an anglerfish.
Hey!
It's just
that
that was combat.
That's your combat right there.
I spent half the time loop trying to avoid being eaten by it, and then I looked away for 3 seconds and I died.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
All right. I don't know if I think everyone got stuck here.
All right.
Okay, so this is a good story. This is great, actually. For one thing that I didn't like about the game is the advanced tech core and how to find it. Now, it's funny because I actually got there early on in the game by mistake on the Ash Twin planet.
Oh.
And I didn't know that was like the end game. Okay, this is great. So I didn't know it was the end game. I went to the teleporter. And when you see that giant sand thing coming towards you, it's like I was scared to go to it. So while I was waiting for it, I stood in the middle of that bridge, and then it's like I accidentally backed up, and you had to use your jet boots to teleport to the core.
Yeah.
It's super specific, which you can't find in the game. They do tell you, but I did that before anything. Before I found anything out about that. So I teleported there by accident, and then I was like, what the heck is this? And then it's as I took the core and stuff, the first time I did it, I actually got the ending, the alternate ending, because when I got I left, I noticed the music, and whenever the music plays, that's pretty much I think a minute or two, the sun will go supernova. So as soon as I heard the music and I seen the planet, the sun, it's I just drifted away. And okay, this is super dumb, man. This is weird. Also, at the same time, my keyboard kind of took precedence, so the game kind of glitched, so I couldn't move the controls, so my ship kept going in one direction. So when the supernova happened, I was so far away from the galaxy that it blew up. But I got the one of the alternate endings. If you
just
go so far away with the core, it gives you the that specific alternate ending. So for my luck, I somehow stumbled upon the tech core, took it. My keyboard did this weird glitch because it's I all tabbed out and all tabbed back in with the controller. it kept going in one direction, but I beat the game
Oh my
like way early.
What?
So you got
So-
there by accident? I couldn't even get there on purpose. It was so difficult for me. Because I would
It
just
was
get
so-
sucked back up into the Ember thing, and I followed all the rules of like stand under the bridge and all that stuff, and I. Ah!
That's
Anyway.
funny.
Yeah, it was
because of your keyboard. Your keyboard. It got
Yeah.
the accidental ending.
I know how to get in there without like waiting underneath the bridge. If you go into that little alcove opposite from the bridge, you can wait for the sand to go. That's your good reference point of like leaving. Once you see like the sand like slowly
Over the
like,
bridge. Yeah, you can just walk
it's-
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
that'll
can do
that'll
that.
save you like time of like trying to waste your jet fuel just to stay in the ground.
But he didn't know that. He just freaking
Yeah.
he was like, oh
Yeah.
sand, and he just
Oh, well, wait.
Roddy.
The story goes back to what I didn't like though.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I got that ending right, but it's like I looked it up after that to make like confirm because it was like different with the text. So I was just wanted to see, and then I found out that's like not the true ending. So I was like, all right, I want to do the true ending. So I went back there, and I was like, I couldn't get back into the teleporter, so I had to look that up, and then after that. I found out that you had to go to the Dark Bramble, which I did
Yeah.
earlier in the game. Apparently, I found Felspar. I found him like he was the second gnome I actually found by accident too. It's so stupid
Power
I-
exploration.
because I really didn't like see any anglerfish the first time I went down there
God.
because it's like a random spawn. So I got like super lucky again, I guess.
I don't know.
But
Sorry,
But-
go ahead.
But when I did find out, I did look up a guide to the core. Then I went in, got it, went to Dark Brambles, and that's when it's like, I guess this game hates me now because I seen an anglerfish, which I didn't see before, so that scared me the first time. And then I went back. Then I kept going back there to see what I was doing, and I kept alerting him. And then I was like, I'm doing something wrong, and I looked up the guide again. And then pretty much, even with the guide, I'm just bad. I kept dying because even though I go full speed and let go of the controls, I had trouble like finding the specific area with the lights like
Mhm.
after the ship because I didn't get the escape pod 3
Yeah, they get the
'Cause-
signal.
because I skipped everything by accident. So this is the game tells you like how to get everything. It's just for some reason those anglerfish did not like I tried to tap very gently like to
Oh, were
one
you on
booster.
PC?
No, I was on
Using
controller, but
controller.
Oh, control.
my-
Okay.
Oh,
my
I don't-
controller is like sensitive.
okay.
Because if you go over one bar, they'll notice you.
Yeah. So I
'Cause
I
You have to
tried
stand.
so hard.
You have to stay still and like get out of their range.
What?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can do that, but it's like eventually if you're not going fast enough,
You
your
lose
ship is just going
momentum.
to stop. So you want to like do that one bar, but which I did, but my controller is like slightly sensitive, so I should probably use like a different one. But regardless,
Oh,
I kept getting eaten, so I got like super annoyed that I had to like reset, go back to the planet, like sit by the campfire. I did that like 10 times.
Dude,
I
I did
just like
too.
gave up.
God, so much fun.
Because I like really enjoyed everything up to that point until I tried to go for the true ending. And it's like just something bad would happen. And then one time I almost got to where I needed to go, but yeah, yeah. The supernova happened when I got to the port. I was like, I'm
Oh,
done.
God, yeah.
So I'm sorry that took so long, but that story needed to happen just because it all connected together.
So how would you improve it then?
Get good. I was joking.
They could.
I was-
Jeez.
it's nothing. It's nothing wrong with it because it's all in the game. It all tells you how to do everything specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you could. Okay, I know one way. If you could dial a specific speed on your ship, so no matter how much you press up on your joystick, or I heard people have a lot of issues with the keyboard because it goes to max automatically.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
just the dials of the speed that you're going to just be that distinct one, it will help a lot,
The more control.
in my opinion. Yeah, more control with the speed of the ship going. It's not even just the dark brambles. I feel like that would help a lot in a lot of instances, going to different planets, especially with gravity.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I agree with you.
that's it. Next.
Oh, I did not have an issue with this. I don't know. I guess I'm good at flying
Dang, humble
in
brag.
space. Yeah, dude, let me out. Let me bring me on NASA right now. No.
SpaceX.
I broke so many things I didn't know could break on my ship.
So the one thing I didn't like, this game really tested my patience. Like I am not. I don't have a lot of patience, and I went through this game like no bars. Like I crashed my ship, and I said I'll repair it later. Like
Spirit.
yeah, I did get to some places. I kind of just tweaked my ship into those places so I don't have to walk through the whole course again.
God.
I know that their intention was to give you all this independent research, but I think it was kind of just convoluted. I saw a word that really matched it. It was very obtuse. Everything was kind of hard to understand, especially if you're having to reset. But there's a lot of times where I'm trying to read something, and then my screen turns white, and I'm like, I slam my head on the table because, yeah. Like
Or could you turn on the option to pause time when you're reading?
Oh, there was that.
Yeah, it's in the ship.
Oh, I mean, you can read it.
Either,
I had
way,
that.
Though,
but you're still
when
going
resets,
through different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It resets everything. Yeah.
And then trying to remember it. I mean, a lot of this stuff initially when you're going through it, it's amazing. Going throughout the environment, it's amazing. But then once I'm dying, because it takes me like 10 minutes to get there, first of all. So I have 12 minutes to just try to
say it.
That's impossible to take that time.
It's backtracking.
It shouldn't take that long to get back to where you were.
Backtracking.
It's the backtracking.
I thought you were good. I thought you said you were good on your ship.
God, fine. Well, I don't know. The anglerfish, I did not have. That one took me like at least 3-4 tries. Because I had the other what do you call it, escape pod. I've been to the other one, so I had all the signals. I figured out what the code was for the ship with like all the signs, because they tell you like with Eldrazi or whatever their name is.
Mm-hmm.
The Mayans.
Nomai?
Like they, researching the ship launch codes or whatever, and then finding the twins' core. And then I need a little bit of assistance of what to do with all that information. But yeah, and then figuring out that, so the anglerfish wasn't too bad, but it did start becoming a chore when I was trying to, because you're going so slow with those anglerfish, to the point where you're using your time.
Yeah, like you're always thinking about the clock.
Yeah. So that became.
Dude, I have to bum off you because there's something else I want to talk about, but you're kind of
like
territory where I'm going. No, I agree with Shaishen, and it's weird because the solar flare system, the purpose of it is a strong plot element, and that's one of the driving reasons for the adventure. But it's just like, it's a weird feeling when the game encourages you to experience true space exploration. At the same time, it's also punishing you for wanting to take your time to read everything.
Yeah.
Because it's like especially when you're getting really far, you're like, oh man, oh shoot, freaking, I'm running out of time. It's already been like 20 minutes, 18 minutes. I need to I just need to hurry up now. It's like getting that sense of urgency and rush. And that was definitely one of the things that killed me too. I was like, kind of like what you said. The first couple times is great, but then once you kind of get stuck in that, you're like, I have to do A, B, and C again just to get to D, just to continue.
And when you're rushing, you start to make mistakes. So you fall into a black hole, or your ship explodes, or you press the ejection button. I don't know. It just
yeah.
I mean, they work, but they didn't mesh as well as I wanted it.
Yeah. which is what I'll there's something I want to talk about on my section, which will explain a little bit more of that.
But yeah, that was my dislike. I mean, if I would make it better, I don't know. Like strategies for backtracking, a lot of that. But it is a time loop, so backtracking tricks where you open a door to make it easier to come back to this place you were.
Mhm.
It doesn't really work with the lore. There's not a lot I can do.
I mean, the
I
only way I can see them to kind of work, because you know how every time you die, you wake up at a campfire.
Yeah.
Maybe every time you hit a campfire, you set that moment in time in place for that run.
Oh, like with the other dudes in space chilling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah.
So I mean, that's the only other.
I think
thing
each planet has like a campfire, right?
Yeah.
Or so I mean, like you wake up there basically, but it still keeps the loop time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that was one of my ways I would improve that part for the
But I feel
time loop.
Or
But I
give me
feel
like plasma boosters or something to make my ship go faster and a grappling hook
But I feel
and a
like
gun.
that would not make any sense in my opinion, because if you like landed on that same on a different campsite while the time once the time loop finishes, it just it would be kind of weird. It would mess up the whole story of it too in a way.
Because it roots back to that specific point.
It's gonna be this is gonna be some strange time paradox that's gonna happen at that point. Because
that's why the game kind of gives you the ability to reset it to the original time point. I think in order for this to work and to respect how the time is always moving forward, is you have to consider, like, let's say you do all these actions within 5 minutes, and then you hit a campfire. Every time the loop starts or you get killed, it would loop back to that second point in time, but everything else that you did is already in place until you manually specifically say, I don't know. It's one of those things where
it doesn't even have to like do the
mentioned it that it's your essence that is being transferred from death to death.
The memory. There's
a reason why the memory is placed like that in the first place. I don't know, like if location would even matter, because the Nomai or whatever the face is, the reason of like the time loop was because they don't have enough time to solve problems.
And wasn't it also because of the fact that they installed masks on the statues, and the Nomai has transferred their memories into some sort of storage banks within those statues.
And I'll talk a little bit more about it. In my
I'll move to you.
Yeah,
next.
But yeah, you can go, Soul. I'll a little bit more about on my part.
Okay, so for this one, I kind of figured this is a interesting point. You know, when you go to the ship and there's the rumor logs.
Yes.
I want it to be like, I don't want to be going back to my ship, like going to the computer, search up the rumor logs, and see like what kind of key points I'm missing. Like I had to a point log A says I have to go, that this has to go to planet B or something like that, or location B, and then I had to like go over there, and then I can't like stop for a second and look at. I don't have like a data pad or anything to have like link up like with my ship computer to see like wirelessly to see the log rumors and stuff like that. So if you're like trying to find like places like these key sites, or every time when you go into a time loop and you're trying to get to that to finish with this said location of the rumor, you need to, I would appreciate it if you had like a a handheld, like some sort of handheld device to see where you're going through these rumors. So
like a campfire.
Not a camp. It's not a camp. Not a campfire.
It's mobile,
a portable campfire
computer thing that has all your rumors.
Yes, like the one that can like link up to the ship's computer.
Oh, so you have like a handheld version of that, cell phone,
something like that.
No, I mean, their ship is made of wood and like duct tape.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, the ship is made out of wood. Oh my
The
gosh.
launch pad is made of flammable wood.
Oh yeah,
Don't forget.
very
Never
specific.
forget.
Never forget.
Yep. That's amazing though. But yeah, I want there to be like a computer, like a handheld computer or like a data pad that you can look into to
Dude, that'd be
see
great. Actually, yeah.
where you can go find these to these points of the rumors. Like I found like when you find out that the anglerfish are blind, and if you make any more movements, they will track the sound of the location of your ship,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's or you have to go to like find out where to go to these ash twin towers where they take you in places.
Yeah.
That's what I want there to
Oh,
be.
that would.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Because when I was playing, I was like underground in a ruin, and then it's like I forgot what happened when I read my log, and I said, "Dang it, I had to go all the way back to my ship, which
Yup.
would take like 4 minutes."
And then you have to read through
Yeah.
all the pre-existing text before it to reach something that you want to read.
So yeah, the log would be great.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
agree.
Why not just die real quick instead? Just so you get back to your ship faster.
Die real quick. They get on your ship and then navigate all the way over there. Wait for the
Bro,
sounds to
the
drop all the way
meditation
down.
mechanic was secretly really good. I was
Yeah.
really upset when I did it on
Meditation.
accident. And then I kept using it because I'm like, wow, actually, wait, hold on. I needed this.
Yeah. All right. Next.
Okay, so this is difficult because usually when it's sections like this, okay, I don't care. I'm gonna say it. So
Do it.
Rip the band-aid off.
The time loop fine. I'm fine with it. I just wish that the game had systems or tools in place that allowed you to play with the time loop mechanic rather than playing against like gameplay systems that would complement it. Because like, yeah, it's amazing. Ash Twin, cool. Sand getting sucked out to the other planet. But then once you understand how that works, and you're just sitting there waiting for it to go down multiple times, and this really got to me during the piranha part. You know, when you're talking about Noxo, all those steps you have to perform to get to that point.
Did you say piranha?
Yeah, Pedia piranha, angler
It's anglerfish.
piranha, fish. So yeah, just like doing
keep swimming.
all of that, and then just like waiting for it to freaking go down every single time. It's just like, man, this was cool,
Oh,
but this is taking forever.
did you get the meditate ability?
The meditate ability?
Yeah, but Jeremy was talking about it.
I never heard of
where you
that.
just sit down and
Oh, when you're just like
No,
sitting down at the
that's
campfire?
dozing off.
what's the meditation
Medit-
ability?
Meditate literally it sends you to the next time loop. So instead of like finding fun ways to kill yourself, you're just like, all right, and reset.
So you just kill yourself
Yeah.
by
I can do that. I just killed myself.
by
Yeah,
meditating.
no, but sometimes it takes longer. Like I got separated from my ship and I still had a lot of fuel and oxygen. So I'm
Oh, you
like,
just
I don't
fall.
want to have to. I was in
No,
space.
no.
I couldn't kill myself.
I don't want to kill myself though. I just want the sand to go down.
Oh, well then you just.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I would
so
take a
true.
really
I get it
weird
now, okay.
way to get
Okay.
to locations if I needed to waste some time.
Because you had to wait for those towers to go
but
down,
I have
right?
an objective. I figured out what I want to do. I just have to wait for the time normally, unless you go to a campfire. But that is the point I was going to lead into, which I think the game would have benefited a lot from. Because in terms of like gear, you have what? Your freaking translator, you have your scout launcher, your signal scope. That's cool and all, but I wish there were more tools and equipment that would complement the gameplay on top of it. Like even adding things such as, tags, markers, or flags that you could put down as you're exploring. Because some of these places can get pretty big. It'd be cool if you can like have trackers down. I'm
But
sure.
remember the loop.
Yeah, the time
It's
loop,
gonna
right?
reset everything.
Yeah, the time loop can mess with that, but I mean, you can easily write that into the story too. There are
But
certain
this game is
artifacts.
being realistic to science.
I'm just saying, man. If you're gonna, I want more things to do and use and explore on
what I
top of
think-
this.
Like Tenant
Yeah,
So
back in time, so I have to wait for this sand to go down. So, looking at this tower for 5
Oh,
minutes.
if you
don't-
if you
you don't
combine
even-
the idea that Soul had and then yours, since you keep all of those rumors and like all of those like facts, all the things that happen in your past lives, kind of deal, Since he's already keeping notes of those things, it could also add like timestamps of like, I noticed at roughly this time, this is when I'm able to enter this thing. Is that what you kind of mean?
Yeah,
but then also more
something
stuff
like
to
that.
do.
I don't
then you
know.
could properly
Intergalactic time marker flags, so
Yeah.
you know what path you had set. Like, because the whole point of the game is just encouraging exploration. Just give us more tools to work with to kind of
like in Majora's Mask, the friendship journal book where you keep track of what everyone does for 3 days.
Yeah, actually,
Like that.
Majora's Mask was what I was going to reference a lot.
Yeah, no, literally, I mentioned it when I saw that I was first to answer. I'm like, oh heck yeah, I have to mention Majora's Mask.
Just like adding some like a few more game mechanics. Like, do the NPCs actually move anywhere between those 22 minutes? Not really. Stay in one spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like giving the like having each NPC or each space traveler move at a certain point, like they're doing specific things. Like that would add like so much more, like an extra layer of gameplay to it. It's like, oh yeah, this guy over here, he's cooking beans over here, and 5 minutes later he's over there now, checking out those ruins over there. It's just like I want another layer of complexity on top of it in terms of the actual exploration aspect. Throw in a freaking grappling hook or something, or have in-game gadgets that allow you to maybe make notes in the game, like write down at specifically 5 minutes and 45 seconds. This entrance opens right here. Just like give us the players the capability to have more to help reinforce the exploration aspect. Because that's part of the fun of like doing the spelunking stuff and just exploring is using the gadgets to help with that. It adds to it. That's probably that's what I enjoyed the most out of it, was freaking pressing buttons and on the ship and just going to different planets. Like that was so much fun. I just wish there was more to it. As much as I love the translator, I want more gameplay. on top of it. That's my thing. Which now that I'm thinking about it, I'll be the first to admit I should have raised the score for playing in isolation. Because like that's what I was thinking about. I was like, man, that'd be so cool to have all that equipment in this game. It just add more dynamic gameplay. But yeah, that's my thing. Or even adding like a gadget. Maybe once you've achieved a certain amount of tasks with each traveler, maybe they can give you certain tools that can help you, or give you the ability to. If time is always moving forward, maybe you can give you the ability to speed up time. I don't know.
This just sounds like Space Majora's Mask.
Yeah, basically, make it Space Majora's Mask.
I support it.
I think
I'd play that.
I think it'd be cool. Of course, don't just give it to you right off the bat. You have to earn it to do something. You gotta do something. But that's my thing. Just want a little bit more gameplay other than translating stuff. Maybe I think Elden ruined it for me. But next, go to the next question. So question 5. What is your final verdict and final rating from 0 to 10 using a 0.5 scale?
Outer Wilds beautifully captures the gamer's attention with the unique puzzles, gameplay, and story. It provides a great atmosphere to truly immerse you into your character's first voyage into space on basically a potato. I mean, honestly, if you look at your ship, it's basically a potato. Like with how
Flammable.
A flammable potato. You you made me lose my place. You were quite literally sucked into it sometimes, and the childlike glee I felt from this game earned Outer Wilds a 9 supernovas out of 10 from me. Next.
So I always wanted to play this game, especially hearing people like praise it like highly, and won a lot of awards too. And I can see why. It definitely takes the whole world and exploration in terms of sandbox games, and it really gives you that rare mechanic of the time loop that you don't see in too many games, and it adds a cool twist with it. I would definitely say it's not a game for everyone. Like if you don't like a slow, methodical game where it doesn't hold your hand, you probably want to pass on this. But if it is a game that, you're kind of tired of the whole open world and how linear it has gotten over the years. Minus some newer games that came out, I definitely think it gives you a lot to think about in terms of, the universe, the meaning of life, like how we exploring different planets, and pretty much most of the planets are dead. So it's like similar to our universe. Like, are we really the only like things here in the universe? Like, and it also gives you kind of a different perspective on death in terms of the supernova and everything ending. Because eventually in the game, like every time a supernova would happen, the first time was like I got anxiety, but like, towards the end, not gonna lie, I was like roasting marshmallows looking at the supernova explode, like just accepting my death. Just like embracing it all. So in a way, it definitely made me think, and I think this game is memorable. I do agree with Tubby, Shaishin, everyone here, with the points that they made, where the game could be improved with more gadgets, the time loop that could do more things to make it a little bit less tedious.
Using your eject button on your ship, don't forget.
Using your
to kill an anglerfish.
That's actually funny because I like that they add random stuff like that.
I was so surprised when it happened, and I got really sad because I did it early in the loop, and I realized I couldn't fly my ship anymore because I lost the cockpit.
What if you want to launch your ship into the sun?
Yeah, what if you want to launch yourself into the black hole?
Yeah, why not?
Well, that's a little easier to do. I'm just saying.
I want to give this game a solid 8 out of 10. Next.
Wow, 8. So, I really enjoyed this game. I'll be honest. No Man's Sky really pulled the strings on. Oh, sorry.
Oh
my bad. Yeah, so No Man's Sky. I mean, it really pulled the strings on creating a well-made exploration game, especially in space. Not a lot of games, not a lot of games really capture the like a very nice space for like a very nice space for a player to explore. A lot of it really like condenses down to a small universe or galaxy that you can explore at. I really enjoyed that. So, and then also with the concept of minimizing the hand-holding mechanic to just teaching you how to move, like to the point where your knowledge is the point of the game. It performs very good for someone who, like for me, who's very used to the hand-holding shooter action game.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so although this game was very frustrating on some points where the concept that they tried to pull out did irritate me and made me slam my head into the desk a couple times. Yeah, it did wear me out throughout the whole game. But it executed it very well to where I would recommend this game to someone, especially who doesn't really enjoy like slow methodical games. I would give this game a final rating of No Man's Sky, a 8 out of 10.
I'm sorry, I need to put this out here, but did you?
Sure.
Are you saying it's? Are you not sure if you're joking or if you're actually serious? I think it's called Outer Wilds, by the way.
What? So Star Wars
Outer
Squadrons gets an 8 out of 10.
I freaking knew it. I ran into that. Oh my gosh, I fell for that. I'm so stupid.
Dead Space gets an 8 out of 10 from me.
No, the game Outer Worlds gets a.
Yeah, Outer Worlds. Dude, I'll be real with you.
I was playing the wrong game for.
I downloaded that game. I started playing it, and I was like, "This doesn't look like the trailer at all."
Dude, I went to like game stores and was asking about this. Like, you guys have a copy of Outer Wilds for the PS4? They kept bringing me to Outer Worlds.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
they're fake gamers. Yeah. They didn't understand the difference. See, look.
Yeah.
Fire them.
So, Elite Dangerous, very good game. I recommend it to a lot of people.
God damn it.
Good.
Donkey Konga? Yep.
And next.
Okay. Hang on, I need to recuperate myself for a second there. Good lord. I can't believe I fell for that trick. Okay. All right.
But it's not a trick.
True.
Yeah, what would you give Mass Effect?
Uh,
All right. All right. Outer Wilds. I like the pace, the space traveling and the time loops. It'll give you to like give you more extra time, I think. But it does have its flaws here and there, like me like having a log at least on once you're out of the ship to keep track, so you know where you're going, and maybe like some point like hit and other adjustments to like the time loops as everyone was talking about. But the story wise and the exploration, I really like it. I'm going to give Outer Wilds an 8.5 time loops out of 10. Next.
so Outer Wilds is a great game. I absolutely love the idea. True open world space exploration game. It's awesome. Hop into a spaceship, go to any planet you can see. It's probably one of the game's strongest selling points, and I just wish, like we said before, the game there were more game mechanics to kind of back it up. The planets themselves are awesome. They're uniquely designed from one another. A freaking planet that launches islands with whirlpools and another planet sucking off another planet. Like that's some cool stuff. Giant scary space anglerfish. This is some unique territory that they're going into. And I really enjoy the environments and then the entire world. I just feel like the game would have benefited to adding more gameplay to the side of the experience, more tools that you can use, because that's part of the experience too. Like when you go on, not that I've ever mountain climbed or anything before, when you do that kind of stuff, like going into the woods or freaking scaling large mountains, you bring a lot of gear with you, and you work around that. It's supposed to help complement the experience, the adventure. And I just feel like that's, if they were to ever make a second one, I feel like the game would benefit a lot. They added more gameplay, more mechanics, more gadgets to help, especially help with the whole time loop thing. Because I know that's a point of interest that some people really love and some people really don't like. I think having equipment that helps mesh with that style of gameplay would help a lot. So yeah, with that said, I'm giving Outer Worlds a 7.5 out of 10. Has a lot of potential, lays a strong foundation, and I really want to see what Mobius Digital can do if they were to ever create another one of these games. So that said, Outer Wilds gets our final average rating of 82% or 41 out of 50. Thanks for playing, everybody. Fun time.
Wow.
Fun time. It's
I
good.
get higher. Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, give it a shot. Give it a shot. But now it's time for the bonus mystery question. A bonus mystery question was prepared ahead of time, but no one knows who, what, when, why will be asking the question. So, bonus mystery question asker, ask us your question.
Wow!
Holy crap!
It's me!
Oh my!
It's crazy!
There's no way. I did not.
All right, for the bonus mystery question, consider that this game is very, very slow pace and puts it out on the aspect of gaming or aspect of exploration instead of fighting things.
Okay.
I was curious, and I couldn't really think of anything too wacky. Because this game doesn't really put itself as a wacky, it doesn't have any wacky things to it. So, for you guys, choose a game that would excel in a no combat, no leveling, no action narrative type of game. So, I know there's a lot of games like you could think of.
Mm-hmm.
But what is one where this game really speaks to you in lore, like something that you would want to explore more and have a dedicated. You would think, or you would, you'd want a dedicated type of game that just focuses on lore and immerses you into the story itself. And also, I am excluding the game Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Clever.
Dang. So like a game of this style, but
This style, but for you personally, what is a game that really speaks to you on lore to the point where action, combat, and leveling you can just throw out the window and be super interested in this game of lore?
Well, so I had some ideas, and I felt like there were some solid options, and then I accidentally looked at all the Pikachu stuff I had in my room, right? And I realized Pokemon already has games like that. And I thought about like Pokemon Channel. But just add some more lore to it.
well,
And more
Pokemon Channel
places-
2?
So yeah,
and
like a
then you
lore,
add-
like
and then you add more places you can go to with Pikachu on the bus stops. Yeah.
wait, what's the lore?
Of the Pokemon.
Pikachu grew up in
The
the.
Pikachu that
The
randomly
hood.
came to your
Yeah,
back
he grew up
door
in the
and
hood.
watches TV with you.
And don't forget
that lore.
And don't forget, there's always they're always asking you questions about different Pokemon as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I want to know about that one Pokemon that is born from the souls of dead kids.
Yeah, and then you're like watching shows with Pikachu, watching your streaming something, then the internet cuts off, and then
Yeah, he turns on the TV when you turn it off.
yeah.
So like basically, my choice, and I was joking at the time, but I'm low key serious. Pokemon. Pokemon would do great because I already love Pokemon Channel and like Poke Snap stuff like, hey you Pikachu, that's good. No leveling, nothing. You just hang out with Pikachu at Pokemon Channel. So I think this follows with the question.
That's fair.
Technically, it just says no combat, no leveling, no action. I mean. Now add a bunch of Pokemon lore and tell me why this Pikachu came to my house. Bam, I'm sold. That's all I need.
Like,
all right, next.
that's
Easy.
essentially detective.
Oh.
Yeah, but I haven't played it, so I
Hold
can't
up.
reference it.
Okay. Just kidding. All right, go next up.
I'm sorry. I'm a fake fan. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is funny because this fits the game. Undertale. This literally fits the
You're
game.
right. I just played that too. I thought about that.
Oh, good.
I just thought about that. Now you said that.
Yeah. I mean, you could do a no pacifist run, a genocide run, neutral run. So, Undertale excels in everything. It would excel in just looking at the lore of different characters because in this game has some really cool, like, and mysterious characters. Also has like, gag characters. We all know Sans and Papyrus. They're funny.
Bandit.
But like learning more about their history, like how he's actually that strong, like lore wise, because there are like things throughout the game, and they might explain it. But I already played through the pacifist run like the first time, and then there's also stuff like probably with Deltarune that goes into stuff, but just the characters in a specific game and the writing in a way that like it's stylized and like the world has this like really grim, even if it has humor, it's like really dark, like the stuff we come across. So I was really obsessed.
Obelisk.
I was really obelisk with this game after I beat it for a while. Just like looking at channels explaining the different characters, like Frisk, who's the main character. Also, you have Toriel, and like just like who's technically evil, who's technically not evil.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to say more, but this game has like anything I would say is like huge spoilers, and this game is like great in terms of like going in blind. So just the world would be great to see, just the lore of it and everything, and how people interact on like every day, because it gives you a hint of it when you're playing throughout the game. I just would like to see more of it.
Sick.
Next.
Oh,
I think he's still searching.
He's looking for an answer.
Oh, Moose, my bad. I yelled Fortnite really loud.
Oh,
No, just kidding.
Fortnite.
So one game I actually still am interested, and I've never played it before, but I am super interested in the lore. Five Nights at Freddy's. No joke.
Dang.
To this day, I still watch and read a little bit of the lore when new stuff comes out. I am all up in Fazbear, you know?
Whoa! Wait.
Clip that.
If you played the recent game, you'll get what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Which I haven't, but I do look at.
So please provide
Worried.
examples.
I think
There's
I saw
a kid. There's a kid that literally goes into Freddy Fazbear.
Yeah, I
the whole
recognize that.
game.
I know what you're talking about. I saw a YouTuber play that game not too long.
Yeah, Freddy Fazbear has a compartment in his chest for cakes, and this kid just stays inside of it the whole game.
Wait, but how would that change the game though? Does that game already exist like that, or it's more focused on lore? Less jump scare.
Yeah, it's more of lore. Yeah, so let's jump scare because I don't want to play a scary game, but I do want to know what happens to these people getting eaten, these stores getting ravaged by this mechanical monsters, and how like each one of them has like their souls connected to the reason why they're murdering children.
Dang.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Actually, they do explain that, but I'm not gonna
spoil it.
You have to go off to like one of the side games to actually explain a bite of was it 19?
Yeah, the bite. Yeah, the stuff like that. But that's like an RPG.
Yeah, they explain how. Oh, are you talking about the mainline games?
He's talking
no,
about
there's those side games where was it an RPG where they explain it? I mean, there's like a bunch of games that go into the bite.
Yeah, there are.
Listen, if I can recall, it wasn't the third Five Nights at Freddy game. I think.
Oh, there's a new one, and then there's a bunch of like side ones for the kids, and then there's like an RPG and was there?
It was an RPG.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's RPG.
Yeah. And then Kart Racer next.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be sick.
So a lore, a game, a Five Nights at Freddy game that just focuses purely on the lore.
Yeah, where I don't have to figure out all these scary. I don't have to jump scare and close these doors for like 20 minutes per round.
Oh, so exploration.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my game.
Okay.
And Fortnite has pretty good lore. But we'll talk about it another time.
Fortnite has the best lore of all time.
Am I here?
I'm out next.
Okay, so.
Crap.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry. I know.
Nope.
That's what I was thinking. No? Who
okay,
are
right.
you? What'd you do with Soul?
Does
Ace
Rhythm,
Combat.
Does Rhythm Thief count?
Yeah, that can work.
I think it does. Yeah, it has lore to it.
I mean,
It talks about.
yeah.
Is it lore you'd want to know about?
Remember, this is just focusing purely on the.
Purely. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. How he moved like that though, you can find the lore in that.
Yeah.
His humble beginnings.
No, I think that's already finished. I want to say Mass Effect.
Okay, that's a good one.
Because I'm like still following what Shai Shen said about like no combat, leveling, and action. Because I'm like thinking like crap. That's like
your game just became No Man's Sky.
It got nerfed.
Yeah, so it just became.
That game's good now. It's been good for years.
okay now that yeah.
I mean, not No Man's Sky. You know what I'm talking about.
I launched No Man's Sky.
Broken Promises, No Man's Sky.
No, hang on. Armored Core 4.
You put like third game.
I know. But actually, I want to say Armored Core because I feel like there's some lores that have not been mentioned in it.
And
Okay.
you play a
Because
whole game without any action,
no
without any fighting,
action, no fighting.
and you're
But
into
yeah,
it enough that you're like, "Yup, I'd play this just to get that sweet, sweet lore." Because there's lore in here
Yeah.
somewhere.
I feel
Always.
like Armored Core would have that potential because no way that's actually yeah, it could work because it can transition to other things too. How like the whole like you can like this whole particle kind of ruins the ecosystem and other things like that, and the whole story of these pilots and other things like that, and the
Yeah, that
and
works.
stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Work.
And then how these corporations like slowly come together to form these aerial colonies into the sequel,
Mm-hmm.
and then so forth, and then there's like a constant struggle or something like that, if I can recall. But yeah, I think I would be more curious about Armored Core because that's not it's more of the underdog of the game of mech games at the moment. Yeah.
I never played it. I don't
Same
know.
here.
I've played Gundam.
I have actually played Armored Core 1 and 2, and yeah, only those two.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, so Armored Core would actually fit the bill.
All right.
Think
I
about
like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Armored Core 4 and the oh shoot. Okay, I'll ignore that. Yeah, so Armored Core 4 and the forward games of it. So yeah, that would be an interesting take for me.
Why specifically 4? Is there like 7 of them?
The most relevant one. I'm just kidding.
Most
Oh, okay.
Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer because those are the sequels to it, and 5 because I think I heard it's like loosely related. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
This
But
is
Dark
why I
Souls
chose
is
the
related
one.
too.
yeah, because there's some stuff that could be related to it.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I think Dark Souls might be in the past.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah. So that would kind of fit the bill for it. Next,
Oh, this is easy. Easy one. Elden Ring VR before crap hit the fan and everything got distorted and everything is ugly. The world's crumbling. I think it would be interesting because throughout the game, everything's trying to kill you. That rock is trying to kill you. Those bots are trying to kill you. Why is everything trying to kill you? It would be interesting to see what the world looked like lore wise before everything got distorted and because of the whole Elden Ring breaking and all that stuff. Because the world is like, I mean, Noxo's seen it. Like you can tell there were people, there were villagers, everything was happy at one point, but now it's scary to even step outside in that world. And seeing it in VR would be even better. It'd be funny because it's like a Dark Souls game, but you can't do anything. You just accept it. You just die.
Oh. Yeah. You just you're. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. You're like a villager, and you're like seeing a guy with a giant on like a tiny horse.
God.
I don't know anything about.
or just like going through like the whole.
Just think of like the most nightmarish things you can think of, but then they're coming after. Oh no, sorry. You're at that point in the game where you're seeing what they look like before that change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then shit hits the fan, and then now you're playing Elden.
Yeah, and then you can do a time loop between that.
And then time over and over.
Or you play, or like Shan said, you're playing as a random character and just like watch the whole thing unfold, which leads to
I want to be like a normal villager. Can't do anything. I trip and I die. But yeah,
Get the plague.
I think it'd be cool because the game like kind of gives you. It's kind of like Skyrim in the way how it designs the world. It's kind of like you put pieces together and you can kind of understand what happened. But just I think just being there pre-world being destroyed would be interesting to see how it all transformed. What events led to that point? Why in the world is this boar now standing on 2 legs and its head is coming out of its anus? And why does it have 3 blades? I don't know. Just like weird stuff like that. Like, why did that even happen? But you're experiencing and you're trying to understand. I think it'd be cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
I mean, yeah. It'd be sick.
I'll add on to that. Since we know Elden Ring has some really amazing lore, y'all know who 100% set this up, George R. R. Martin. And I would like to say, if he made a game like this, it probably would never release, actually. So
yeah. It's not supposed to. George R. R.
if he did the
Martin
main
is a-
story, yeah.
Peace out, homie. Anyways, that concludes this episode of Video Game Book Club. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, everyone's links to their YouTubes, Twitches, Twitters, social media will be in the description box below. Take care, have a good one, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Video Game Book Club. Say goodbye, everyone.
Yep, see ya.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Thank you for
Bye.
coming.
Be careful of the sun.
Track you down and hear the truth coming straight from you. Never knew where you had run your only son. The child you never knew I could have been so wrong. And the only thing I'm sure I wish I never cared. If you did, you would have tried.